Hello and welcome to Talkin really. And today's story is all about the Labour plans to scrap universal credit. Hooray! Unless you've been under a rock or you've been enthralled by the twists and turns of Brexit, haven't we all? And the whole thing with Parliament, then you will not know. What you may know is that Labour's plans have come out. Mind you, they've always been out. It's just that somebody in the Tory party has written an article about it, highlighting the plans that Jeremy Corbyn has. So the plans have been around since Jeremy Corbyn took over, as far as I know. So that's quite a long time now. The plans are that he would remove universal credit if he got into power, along with a whole host of other stuff that you probably would like if you voted Labour. And Jeremy Corbyn was PM. The likelihood of that, I don't know, because politics and all of that is very difficult. However, this is in the Express, and there's an article there which is extremely interesting. So the plan here, if you see, is the article was written by none other than Ian Duncan Smith, who is the idiot that developed universal credit. And I have to say, I've read this article and I found myself getting very, very wound up, very, very annoyed. So if you're going to read it, beware. You could end up punching your computer, which is probably not a good thing to do. So there's a couple of things I want to say about this article. This article and the Tory party and what they say, especially Ian Duncan Smith, reminds me of trolls, how they behave. They have this one line that they say all the time, blah, blah, blah. It's so boring. It's not even based upon fact. Everybody's telling them that they're wrong and they're not listening. And all we've got is this same old story. I mean, the whole thing is he's trying to say that Jeremy Corbyn, when he scraps it, will be doing a wrong thing because it's so good, in his words. So he's saying, trust me when I say this, universal credit is working. I've spoken to job centre staff up and down the country in some of our most deprived communities, and the hysteria you read in the pages of The Guardian, or this paper, doesn't reflect their experiences. I heard recently from staff in a Lancashire job centre that the rollout of UC has gone smoothly and their clients are generally happy, very happy. Research group Bright and Blue released evidence that showed the majority of UC claimants found registering and managing their benefit claim straightforward and positive. Campaign group the Joseph Rowntree Foundation stated last month that 3.9 million working families will be better off under UC than the legacy system. Government stats show 80% approval rating for claimants going through the system. Apparently JSA approval ratings were at the same level even. Going to the DWP Twitter account and you will hear stories from job centre staff and claimants of how UC has helped people get into work, get off the streets and restore order in their life. In fact, UC has been so successful that both the French and Finnish governments are looking to replace it. Now, I just done a quick search to see if the French government are actually looking at it, and you'll probably be surprised, but I can't find any information about that. So, he says, why do the Labour Party and the friends of the left-wing media seem to so hell-bent in their efforts to undermine this policy. I can offer 2 reasons. Firstly, they refuse to accept the objective truth that work is the best route out of poverty. And then he goes on to mention about stats. If you do not have a job, you are 4 times likely to be in poverty than someone else who does. That's pretty obvious, really, isn't it? The second reason is simply that the left is still married to the failed and antiquated system of the past. Oh, I will never forget the welfare system I inherited in 2010. Blah, 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 blah. My God. Anyway, so here we go. So this is the bit that really gets my goat and starts to really blood boil. So the Labour myth that people on universal credit take home less money is rubbish. Universal credit is like a seesaw. If your earnings are zero, your UC is at its highest. As your earnings go up, your UC goes down. Blah, blah, blah. And here we go. So the notion that you have to go 5 weeks without any money is also not true. Oh yeah? Really? And why? Let's find out why. The government has invested billions in the availability of advances. That's why. So that claimants who need money on day 1 can draw down their first month's cheque there and then. Yeah, but they have to pay it back. So how is that going to be useful? The fear-mongering Labour have whipped up over universal credit is now counterproductive. People are terrified because they have even been asked to make a claim. The DWP are inundated with stories of people not receiving a payment. The vast majority of cases that are investigated find that the complaint was a misunderstanding, or worse, hearsay. Have you heard that one before? So everybody's making it up or they're lying. Anyway, it goes on, it goes on, and it goes on. And they're just, he just lays into the Labour Party, he lays into Jeremy Corbyn and tries to make them out to be the scapegoats. What you will not know, because you probably don't, but it has been out since the 21st of June 2018. Okay, so that's a year ago and several months. So this article is more than a year old. It is, of course, in The Guardian. And this is the one that Ian Duncan Smith slated. But it does say MPs have told the government to wake up to reality. The fact that the National Audit Office have done a report and concluded that UC that was running for 6 years behind schedule is failing to deliver anticipated cost savings. It has left thousands of vulnerable claimants in debt and hardship. The National Audit Office painted a damning picture of an unwieldy, inefficient, unresponsive system and was unable to demonstrate value for money. So, the Shadow Worker Pension Secretary Margaret Greenwood said the government needs to wake up to reality over the reform. The government, must stop the rollout of UC and fix the flaws before more people are pushed into poverty by a benefit means meant to protect them from it. Yeah, this quote here, which we have, is universal credit was a unique example of great British innovation based on leading edge technology, she said. I don't know who that was, she, and countries such as New Zealand, Spain, France and Canada have come to watch and learn about the system. This was in 2018. So have they put it into place? I doubt it very much. I cannot find anything about a French benefit system. French benefit system. Does France have a benefit system? France is amongst the most generous in Europe. In France, it's possible to receive unemployment benefit for up to 2 years. Although if you're over 50, the period is 3 years. What does French Social Security cover? You're entitled to health, sickness and maternity, work injury and invalidity, family allowance, unemployment, old age, widowers and death benefits. How much? In France, the welfare system makes up about 500 billion euros annually. That's 30% of GDP. So anyway, I thought that would interest you. It certainly annoyed me quite a lot. So well done, Ian Duncan Smith. You're an idiot. Give it a rest. Anyway, vote Labour. I'm not saying that you should vote Labour, but vote Labour because so, I can see that's going to get some reactions down below. I know that because it's a hot topic. Anyway, catch you later. Bye for now.